Okay, so at the time of this recording, still, about 60 to 62% of American families live paycheck to paycheck. All right. There's no shame in that. It's just the way it is at the moment. But no one should feel ashamed of that. People are hardworking, try our very best, and that's all we could do. Let's talk about realistically a couple of these kitchen table issues, and I'll be back in a minute. Good morning, good afternoon. This is Jan. I like to help people save money and much more. Welcome to the Save Money and More with Jan channel. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate everybody's time. How you doing today? Hope that everybody's doing well. Let me know how you're doing in the comments section below. Let's be frank. Let's talk turkey. Let's talk as if I'm sitting across from the kitchen table with you. There are a lot of kitchen table issues out there that need to be addressed, okay? One of them is like more month than money. Just saying, just saying. A lot of us are going through that right now. And we are even trying, all of us are trying our very best to make ends meet. Now, there are a couple of things, like more than a couple of things that we can do. And this is where stockpiling for the lower income person is, in my honest opinion, even more essential than ever. On the stockpile Friday, we'll touch upon that. Well, but Jan, I'm on a low income. How can I stockpile? This is why, on a repeated basis. Now I know this may sound repetitive to some people, especially to folks who are like been doing it for years and they're old veterans at this, and God bless you. There are people who've never done it before, and we have to, including myself. I only started doing this about 2.5 3 years back, because I always had enough for at least 2 weeks, but then I decided, no, I want to increase on that. Many folks feel the longer month, even longer than some other families, and every family is different. And we have to, while we're sitting across the kitchen table, understand something. Everybody's stockpile need and every family's needs are completely different. For example, some people swear that they're totally okay always eating certain fresh foods, for example, and some families are like, I don't really care for it. I'm just saying everybody's situation is different. Some people live in a single person household. Some people live with their spouse. Some people have a spouse that travels across the country all the time on business and they're hardly ever home, but they still have a spouse. I'm just saying, everybody's life is different. Some people live with a bunch of kids, a husband and wife, and let's say 4 children, a big family. That's a completely different dynamic than the person who's managing a stockpile for just themselves, or maybe just one other person. You see where I'm going with this? There are so many moving parts. Okay, but having said that, and since we know that, but what does this have to do with the low income, more month than money? We need to understand something. Our own cash management is extremely important. I sat down earlier today, and I like to do this at a certain time in the month. I like to sit down, and I'm not a math person, all right? But I do know that math is a vital and important part of life, okay? So without it, we have problems. And math could be our friend. Okay. Having said that, but I did sit down this time I wanted a cup of tea. So I had a cup of tea with it. I said, you know what? I want to anticipate what's it going to look like at the end of this month after the bills are paid. Because I am like completely a stickler about knowing where money is going. How about you? Let me know in the comments section below if you are a person that tracks your expenses. But here's where I think a lot of people make a mistake. They are not tracking or looking ahead to anticipated expenses. Now, that's what I like to do at certain times of the month when it's nice and quiet, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And there's no dust all around me and whirlwinds and craziness and city noises and all things of that nature going on. No, 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 no. It is vital, in my honest, to sit down in a quiet environment. For me, I like to put on my favorite music. So I like to listen to instrumentals sometimes. They're very soothing and they're non-distracting for me. Everybody's different, of course. You know, when you're a kid and you're doing your homework, remember back in the day, you used to blast your homework with rock music or whatever, loud stuff. And your parents would say, how can you do your homework? And you'd say, this helps me relax and do my homework. Well, I'm not a kid anymore. So sometimes I like to hear a little bit of a slower pace when I'm doing certain things. More of a tranquil, not sleepy time music either. That'll put me to sleep. But something at a slower, calmer pace. Usually I like to hear certain music, like I said, instrumental more than, with somebody singing to it. It's just less distracting. But the bottom line is go into an area of non-distraction. Okay. So now doing that, this is a tool and an activity for me that works. I take a projection. I mean, I know what happened last month. Last month is history. It's over. Think about this for a minute. Last month is history. Whatever you spent last month, it's history. It's over. It's done with. Bye bye. All over. Just saying. Whatever you were supposed to save, and if it did or didn't happen, well, sorry, too bad, so sad if it didn't work out because of mistakes that are made or things that we just, don't pay attention to. Oh, well, all over. Bye bye. Done. But this month is new. Well, at the time of my recording this, because I record a week ahead of time, I'm recording this show on the actual date is only April 3. But by the time you hear this, it should be around April 12th, around that time. So then you're approaching middle of the month. And you really, not you personally, when I say you, I mean plural, you, me, all of us, I should just say we really need to continue to live a little bit in an anticipation lifestyle when it comes to our numbers and our bills, so that it's not like looking at it go, huh? No, I don't want to have a look at my bills and statements and scratch my head one day and go, huh? No, 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 no. No, no, no. That's why when you have that, take this quiet time ahead of time when there's more month than money. And of course goes the bird clock. Let's give him a listen. Hang on. I don't know if you could hear him, but there you go. Anyway, hello, bird clock. Anyway, but the bottom line is, especially those months when there's more month than money. Yeah. So this morning, literally, I sat down and looked at my stuff. I said, well, I want to do better than that. See, this is where it gets really, really good. When you're in the position, when the time has not come by yet, and you're on top of things, what can I do to make this month's savings better? What can I do this month to reduce my expenses? That sure beats looking back and going, but it's too late now. It's all over. That's right. That's right. The past is there in the past. All over now. Finish, gun. Listen to me, done, gonzo. Just all over it. It's all done and it's gonzo. All finished. No good. No, 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 no good. No good. So what we could do is anticipate, and it's a better form of controlling our finances. It is tough living a low income life when a person has a low income life and they have more month than money. Now, what else could we do? Of course, generate more cash. How do we do that? Obviously, side hustles. There are so many wonderful videos out there that give like distinct ideas. So, really just look around, just enter into the search box, side hustles on this platform. You're going to find a slew of videos. So I'm just saying, there comes a point you really have to, increase your income. I'm just saying. But definitely every time I ask the folks, they rather just cut back. So find extra ways to cut back, sell some stuff in your home or apartment you no longer use, and it hopefully will close that gap. And also another suggestion, and I know we usually talk strictly, mainly stockpiling, but also throughout the month, get stuff that a low income person could afford to add to the stockpile. Most people could afford to add dry beans. I don't like dry beans. Get the canned beans if you eat them. Don't buy these things, put them away, and you don't eat them because you normally don't eat them. Then that's a waste of money. But if your family much prefers to have a can of spaghetti and meatballs in your stockpile, go for that. Go for that because that is a meal in a can. Is it the healthiest meal in a can? No, it is not the healthiest meal in a can. Is it something that your family will eat? Yes. If that's something your family will eat, that's what you get. I'm just saying, like I said earlier in this video, okay, everything depends upon your family. I don't agree with people spending tons of money on fancy shampoo. I'm sorry. Because if you look, for example, at shampoo, if you look at the ingredients, like let's say a Dollar Tree version of something versus the $15 a bottle shampoo, for example, or more, it's basically the same ingredients. I'm telling you, to me, if we could cut back on those silly expenses like that, you don't have to have, all of us do not have to have $30 bottles of shampoo and conditioner. It's ridiculous. And one more hint while I'm at it, okay? If you could get at the Dollar Tree the type of classic shampoos that has this conditioner built into it, that's a winner. You have everything in one. I love everything in one products. They are a great way to save. So if you have low income, if you have more month than money, try the following. Stock up when times are better on stuff that a lower income can afford. The pastas, the rice, the things. But don't forget your canned proteins. Canned proteins to put the whole meal together. I'm telling you. And another thing that occurred to me earlier. Some nights you just want breakfast for dinner. I just figured something out, okay? If a person makes something as simple as an onion omelet or a vegetable omelet, so fast, so cheap, so inexpensive, such a time saver, a couple of slices of toast, you are set. Have an orange with it, you're done. You got your meal. So these are definitely budget stretches to make your month easier. And of course, anything that makes a large quantity of something like a casserole, for example, with your favorite ingredients. If you always make things using your favorite ingredients, guess what? You'll always love your meal. All right, I blabbed on and on and on. Enough for today. Let's end the show today, and I'll be back with a wave. Before I forget, as you can see on that little note below, thumbs up takes 1 second. Clicking on the like button, which is the thumbs up suggestion, does take 1 second. And if you went this far in the video, I can't see why one wouldn't do that. A great practice is, if you love the content creators' work in general in life, does it really hurt to smash down the like button right away? This lets the platform know that somebody actually likes it. A person could get a ton of views, but if they do not get a lot of thumbs up, they're not going to promote your video, and other people who might really need to hear this message today won't get to hear it. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And the Visible Wave, hugs and love. Take good care now of yourself and your wonderful family.